If you're a busy, stressed out dude over 30 and you don't want your testosterone dipping any more than it naturally does as you start to age, I want you to watch this video because I'm going to share 7 tips to help you get your time back so that you can free up more mental bandwidth so that you can focus on the healthier habits that you either don't have time for or just don't have the energy and motivation for. And a lot of it just comes down to opening up a little bit of space in your day so you can fill it with the things that you need. And so I'm going to share a screen here. And this is something that I'll just kind of go through the longer version or post this on Instagram, but this is going to be the shorter version on Instagram. But the first one is going to be news feed eradicator. Now, raise your hand if you have ever spent a bunch of time scrolling on social media only to realize you lost 30 minutes, right? That could have been 30 minutes you meal prep, 30 minutes you worked out, 30 minutes you meditated, 30 minutes you spent with your kids, your wife, whatever. So newsfeed eradicator is a really cool tool. It's a plugin that you get on your desktop. And so you can see here, my Facebook newsfeed is eradicated. And it is because of newsfeed eradicator. If I go to Reddit, newsfeed eradicator. And so if you just go here to plugins, newsfeed eradicator, that is something that will block your feed. And now this isn't to say that you can't go on these at all. Let's say I wanted to go into the Clone Wars specifically. Well, I can do that, but it is blocked unless I intentionally go in there. And that's a really key thing here. If you're being intentional about it, as opposed to just habitual, it's going to give you time back. So whether you are doom scrolling at night, whether you're scrolling in the first thing in the morning when you wake up, or just in the middle of your workday, this is a great hack. Bonus points if you delete it off your phone. So let's say you delete social media apps off your phone and you really want to post a picture of a family vacation. Well, then download the app, post a picture of the family vacation, and delete it off, right? And then if you intentionally want to go and doom scroll, you can go and do that on desktop. But it's just so much easier to get hooked into the phone than it is on the desktop. That's why all of the apps are designed to work on your phone. If you try and use TikTok, for example, on desktop, they're like, hey, no, go use the mobile experience. It's way better. That's because they want you glued to this. That's how they make money. They suck away your time to make money, and then you lose the time. You get stressed. You get overwhelmed. That leads to chronic cortisol, and we don't want that. We want to keep testosterone high here. So let's go to the next one over here. So that is Newsfeed Eradicator. Download it right now. Next, plan tomorrow tonight. Spending just 5 to 10 minutes planning your day is going to give you the ability to then say, okay, here's my intention for the day. Here's how I want to show up. So number one complaint people make about nutrition, specifically tracking, is it takes too much time. Well, once you build recipes, which takes 2 minutes, I can go here, boom, add checked. All right, so I plan on having my green smoothie tomorrow. What do I want to have for lunch? Okay, my plan that I'm intentionally setting is I'm going to have a Chipotle bowl, and I already know what my order is because I have it every single day. Boom, here we go. Now I know for dinner, I'm just going to go here and add maybe a meal, my foods, right? You can go and slide through all of these frequent ones. So let's say we got um, here's a quick, easy one. Salmon fillet, some olive oil, avocado. Maybe I have a little bit of jasmine rice with it. Add checked. Cool. I just tracked my food. I just hit my macros and I did it in what, 2 minutes, maybe? So now I just need to go and execute it, right? And so that is something that'll give you so much more time rather than wondering, what should I eat? Rather than spending all the time just kind of floating aimlessly throughout the day. And now this next one is kind of paired to number one, but charge your phone in the bathroom. Don't charge it next to your nightstand. When you wake up, if the first thing that you do is giving your attention and focus to social media and emails, you're starting your day off anxious. You're starting your day off without intention. And that is going to suck 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then you get to go to bed. Oh, hold on. Let me scroll for a little bit. If you charge it in the bathroom next to your bedroom, or you charge it on the dresser across the room, you can't do that. You have to read. You have to actually go to bed, or you have to actually wake up. And that a bit of efficiency is going to give you so much more time back in what it is that you're trying to do. And so a little pro tip here, place your charger near something in your morning routine. Maybe it's the coffee maker. So now you can start to habit stack things together. And because you're already up, you're going to hit snooze a lot less, and you're going to be much more likely to just get up and start working out in the morning, or get up and start working, or get up and start doing whatever it is that you need to do in the morning. This next one, 2-minute rule. This is absolutely massive. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. Your brain's like a computer that slows down with too many tabs. Small tasks pile up and drain mental bandwidth. Now, I want you to think about this. Every single day, you're going to have 4 or 5 2-minute tasks. And if you say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow because maybe life gets busy, well, then all of a sudden you now have 5 from today. Let's say it's Monday. 5 from Monday gets put on Tuesday. Well, Tuesday, you're going to have a bunch of other 5, 2-minute tasks. And if you push that off, now you get to Wednesday and now you've got 15 tasks that piled up, where had you just gone and executed the little tasks on Monday, you would have had the mental bandwidth to be able to stay on top of Tuesday and Wednesday. This is why so many people get anxiety. This is why so many people get kind of blocked up, is they don't address things right away. It's just like cleaning your room. It's just like doing the dishes in the sink. If you do them as they come, you're not going to have this big pile. And then all of a sudden, that's one, taking mental bandwidth, but two, it feels like a huge task that you've got to do. And so you can accomplish so much more in your day and be so much more efficient at work, be so much more efficient with workouts, whatever it is that you need to do. If the moment it comes into your head, you just go and execute. Right? Don't let the thoughts, the what ifs, just go and do it. And it's so funny when you go and finish these tasks too. It happens to me too. I'll be like, wow, that was a lot faster than I made it up to be. So 2-minute rule, get it done. Deadlines. This is a huge one. Work's going to fill to the time that you allow it. If you got 2 weeks to get a project done, you'll do it in 2 weeks. If you got 2 days, you'll do it in 2 days. You'll figure out how to do it. This is what we all did when we were, assigned papers in school. And so this is why the workouts, if you're not following these, by the way, on my YouTube channel, are so effective, because anyone can get a 10-minute workout in the day. Literally a 10-minute workout can be thrown in between work meetings, before the kids are up, before you go to bed. Like, anyone can do 10 minutes. And so rather than meandering around the gym or meandering around, what am I going to do today? How long are my rest period? Like all these things. Yes, there's effective, efficient ways to structure a workout. And depending on your goals, this might not be aligned. But if you just set a timer for 20 minutes and follow along, you're on a train track. You can't deviate from that. You're not going to do different workouts. You're not going to do 50 seconds instead of 30 seconds. You're just going to go 30 on, 30 off, 40 on, 20 off, whatever it is. And you're done after 20 minutes. Boom. Maybe you do a 5-minute warm up, 5-minute cool down. But if you're not following these, I would definitely recommend having these in your back pocket so that you can get something done, because setting deadlines is going to give you so much more time back, right? If you're just like, all right, I'm going to go work out. Next thing you know, you're at the gym for 2.5 hours because you're just meandering around, dicking around on your phone. Well, yeah, no wonder you look at the gym as this huge task. Be more efficient. Next, automate grocery shopping. Amazon Fresh is $9.99 a month. Free delivery on orders over $35. There'll be little fees here, but man, I'll tell you, there is nothing more obnoxious than having to spend 2 hours going grocery shopping when it could just be delivered to your door and then you get that time back. If you go here, let me actually, I meant to be sharing screen here. So Amazon Fresh, right? These are the costs, $9.99. Different fees, anything over 35 is free. But the point I wanted to get at here is that you can save so much time just by having all of this stuff ready to go. Past purchases. I can go here and just ding, 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 ding. All right, I've got these in my grocery cart. Now they're going to be delivered to my door. Yes, I paid the $10. But what's really interesting is you're going to save 10 hours a month doing this. A 2022 study found Americans spend 160 minutes per week between shopping and traveling. You're going to eat healthier because you're going to avoid the impulse junk food buys, right? When I go up into here, I can very just easily click, click, click. I don't have it looking at me. I'm not going shopping hungry. I'm doing this in, a very, maybe do this grocery shopping after you've eaten. That's a great example. But the point I'm getting at here is that you can also just put it on repeat to where you don't need to think about it. And that's another one that a lot of people end up eating unhealthy because they don't have groceries in the fridge. So they just order out. But if you've got stuff being delivered or you've got stuff on subscribe and save, you're not going to run out, even if you are on traveling, even if you are, out of the out of town because you're traveling for work. And so just having this and being able to say, okay, cool, I'm flying home today. I'm going to order a few things to make sure that they're there. Now you've got what you need. Now you're eating healthier. Now you're saving time because you're not shopping. And yeah, there's delivery fees, but it's going to save you money compared to what you would spend on impulse purchases, what you would spend on gas, and just consider the value of your time. Even if you're making minimum wage, $15 an hour, that's, I'm going to do math here, but like $150 a month, right? That's much less than you're paying for the fees in and of itself. So value your time and do some things a little bit differently there. And then last but not least, a Revo walking pad. I just use a Revo because it's typically the cheapest ones that I can find. But this is going to be an absolute game changer for you if you struggle to get steps in. Everyone knows that getting in your steps, walking is one of the best ways to manage your weight, manage your stress, manage your blood sugar, help with digestion, get in touch with nature, like go outside and go for a walk. You'll feel better. But deadlines happen. So you're working and you just can't get away. And going for an hour walk, 30-minute walk, even just isn't in the cards unless you got one of these under your desk. This is the best $180 that I've ever spent. I'm going to go get a 60-minute walk after this while I respond to some emails. And so now I'm being more active. I'm getting more steps in. And, it also, it allows you to get your steps in when it is cold, when it's rainy. I have this little side note on this post though. If it's cold or wet and you say that you don't want to go in the cold and wet, always ask yourself, how bad do you really want your goals if a little rain can stop you? So little motivation there, but those are 7 things that you can do that will save time, free up mental bandwidth, prevent you from getting super stressed. That's what leads to stress eating. That's what leads to not working out. That's what leads to you not being able to sleep because you got anxiety. And all of those lead to diminishing your testosterone, diminishing your drive, excess fat gain, melting your muscle. And so these are just a few of the tactics that I'll actually be covering in my upcoming masterclass, how to stop stress from tanking your testosterone and dimming your lightsaber in the bedroom. Yes, that means what you think it means. If you can't get that lightsaber ignited, it's probably due to your libido, and that's probably connected to your testosterone. So if you don't learn how to manage stress, you'll struggle to lose fat, build muscle, and maintain your drive. It's going to be September 8th at 5:30 PST. We're going to have a few bonuses. One, I'll give out a free shopping list to anyone that signs up and registers. And then there's going to be a $10,000 value big bonus, essentially going to be giving out some scholarships for coaching. So definitely make sure that you join. I'm going to drop that link down below so that you can sign up Monday, September 8th at 5:30. So questions, comments, drop them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.